Bryan, you have some new line to talk about from P-Line, is that correct? High performance copolymer topwater line.
Yes, last year I was sent a sample from P-Line for a topwater line, and it's something that's never been on the market before. Nobody's ever marketed or made a line specifically for topwater fishing. And, you know, there wasn't a braid. This is a copolymer line designed by P-Line. It's a topwater line. You can see it there.
Yes, sir.
It's about 10 to 25 pound. I was sent one spool of 15 pound last year before the Forest Wood Cup. And the last day of the event, I used this line to help me win the event. I was catching a lot of fish on a small walking bait, throwing it on the 15 pound P-Line topwater line. And what makes this line such a great topwater line is it has very low memory. It's very supple, so you get extremely long casts, which is something that's very important when you're fishing topwater, even from throwing a buzz bait to throwing a walking bait, even a Demiki papa or anything like that, is you want to make long casts, get away from the boat. But when you do that with a lot of other lines, you sacrifice the performance of the bait because the lines aren't engineered to be as buoyant as this line is. So your line, when you make a long cast, wants to drag your bait under the water when it's halfway back to the boat. So you've got half of a wasted cast there. So when P-Line designed this topwater line, they designed it to eliminate that problem, to help keep your topwater bait on top of the water where it belongs and make it more efficient and help you get more bites. Super abrasion resistant. It's got very good knot strength, supreme castability. It's the all-around perfect topwater line. It comes in a clear color, which is something which I've played with a lot of lines in pools. And when you get a colored line, especially on topwater, if the water's clear, you can see that shadow underneath the line. And this line being clear helps eliminate that shadow. It's not going to spook fish as bad, and it's going to help you put more fish in the boat when you're throwing a topwater bait.
That's really cool, Corey. I've gone to braid for a lot of my topwater fishing, but that's because there's specific problems like Bryan's talking about that had been really addressed in this new copolymer topwater line, and so it's great that P-Line's taken that on, and a great topwater fisherman they've paired with there to help them address historical issues with a copolymer for topwater.
Definitely. I mean, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no. One thing I was going to say is they went all the way up to a 25 pound test, which is to me first seemed kind of odd. Like, why would you want a 25 pound line for throwing topwater on? Because, you know, a lot of times you're trying to be a little more finessey. You don't want the fish to see it. But, you know, I've been throwing a frog here recently with the 25 pound topwater line, and it does very good for that. You'd be surprised how much better you can skip a frog on the 25 pound P-Line topwater line than you can braid sometimes. So that's a little tidbit for people to try out that love throwing a frog, but they don't really like the hassles of some braids. Try some of that 25 pound P-Line topwater line.
I know someone here locally that's going to be picking up that copolymer for the frog, because even to this day, he still throws all his frogs on monofilament at Jeff Rose, and I think he's going to be picking up some of this stuff because he's the only guy I think in the area he still will not throw his frog in the slop and everything. So Jeff, make sure to check out the new copolymer.